Hello everybody. Today we're going to look into how SuiteCRM's open sourceness and flexibility can save you implementation costs for your CRM project. Okay, so let's start. When you're using a new software in your business context, you most likely will have some budget allocated for that one. So you might have some configuration, initial setup, integration, or customization budget. And let's look into how SuiteCRM, compared to other CRM systems, could probably have a lower impact on the budget, could come with a lower implementation cost. So first of all, compared to many other systems which are not open source, you will have access to the source code. So you would download SuiteCRM, you would install it on your own environment, and you would be able to access the source code. And then you can customize the CRM system according to your business processes. Doesn't work everywhere. The customizations and integrations, so most likely you do have some of those. And here, since SuiteCRM is built on very proven and traditional technologies, PHP for the backend, JS, Angular for the front end, you will maybe have a developer in-house who knows a bit about PHP or JavaScript in order to customize your CRM system for you. That might be different if you look into, let's say, Salesforce, Zoho, or whatever, where it comes with Apex or Deluge, which are, those developing language. They might look familiar to something else, but it's yet another different language which doesn't really compare to anything which is widely known by many developers out there. The API and supports integration with almost any tool or service. So here you've got an API, either the REST API or you're developing against the core code, and then you can integrate whatever you have to integrate. And additionally, you might have some software which you want to embed directly into SuiteCRM. So compare this with other software. Of course, most of the software as a service platforms like Salesforce, Zoho, and so on, Pipedrive, HubSpot, they nowadays have APIs, and there should not be any software or CRM without an API anymore. So therefore, make sure that at least a REST API exists. And there you can access usually most of the things, but usually because you can't access everything. So the access to your own data is sometimes limited or restricted. So therefore, you need to be a bit careful. If you have those requirements, check out the CRM tool that you're going to buy very carefully. Especially embedding options, if you have something like an embedded mailer, embedded integration system or something, and then try to do this on software as a service. Just very difficult. Data remains fully accessible and portable, no charges for exporting or migrating data. So you would be surprised how much you have to pay in order to get your own data from some software vendors. So like looking to the realm of SAP or whatever, and then there's something stored in one of their products, and then you need to have a special export, or like you need to have stuff like inside the marketing automation or whatever. You just don't have access to your own data. You don't own your own data. Yes, you on theory and so on, of course you do kind of own it, but it's all stored inside somebody else's data center. You don't have access. You can't get creative with it, depending on what kind of data and entity. So here you really have to take a careful look, close look into what you actually need to integrate. If you have customer behavior touch points or something, this will be probably difficult to extract via an API from some standard software as a service platforms. Compared to here, your data remains where you can see it, where you can access it fully. It's on your database, and therefore up to you. You can do everything what you want with it. open source modules and plugins. So this happens more on other platforms. So on SuiteCRM, yeah, there are a couple of other modules and plugins which are published open source as well. But yeah, a few. It happens compared to, let's say, marketplaces of some service as a software as a service vendors. There you would usually have to pay for every single plugin. One very interesting thing which usually, which surprises usually, is the costs are clear upfront. So you've got your hosting. Yeah, sure, maybe every couple of years the hosting might increase in price a little bit, but you can, if you want to scale the hosting, of course you have to pay more. But if you stick with your own plan, over a couple of years, maybe there's a cost increase, but it's seldom. And then the development, well, you can kind of have an idea as well as the occasional support. Whereas if you do some implementation on the software as a service, the vendor, after 1, 2, 3 years, decides on increasing the price by 30%, and then you've got the price increase. You can't do anything against it because the vendor login is there. You can't get out of this platform. You just have to increase your budget. And another nice thing is all features are accessible from the start. So since SuiteCRM, it's basically one big package. You install it and you have access to every single feature module that's inside your CRM system. You don't have to increase your plan or whatever, compared to maybe some software as a service softwares again. So you have you can start with a smaller version, but then again you want to implement something specific and it doesn't work, and just because of this one implementation requirement you have to jump onto the next higher plan, the next tier, so to say. And then of course you pay per user and not per software license or whatever. And therefore if you have like 30 users, and now you have to increase your plan to the next tier, and then there will be a clear price increase, which you simply don't have with SuiteCRM. So there are a couple of cost factors which drive up budgets for implementation, for integration, for customization on CRM systems. Of course, you've got some sort of cost, even if you're just a tiny small solopreneur business and you do it by yourself, you would still invest your time. If it works here in SuiteCRM, then you've got your time invested, but if it does not work something else, you still have to maybe increase your tier and pay a higher monthly fee or whatever. So there will always be cost along with your software projects or CRM projects. And if you're using open source, there are clear advantages in terms of total cost ownership or implementation costs, and where you can save there. Thank you for watching. That's all for this video. See you next time. Bye.